Hey guys, welcome to my shade garden. We're in my backyard. It's a lovely Saturday afternoon, and I want to ask you, do you have an area in your yard where you can't grow grass? I think everyone struggles with that. Every gardener has a spot that's just a tough spot. So that's what I want to talk to you about. This shade bed really came about because I could not grow grass under this water oak for the life of me. And so it's been a process to get to where it is today, but I wanted to just kind of walk you through that. So initially in this process, what I did was I identified the curve underneath the oak tree where the grass stopped growing. There's usually going to be a natural line that you can identify as to where your bed is going to be. And it actually goes all the way over to that kitchen bed. See that gate. So all of this kind of came together around the same time. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the plants that I have chosen to put under this tree. And the first one I want to talk to you about is one that has blown my socks off this year, y'all. I'm not even kidding. So let's walk over here. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with Fatsia. This is a gorgeous, broad, glossy leaf plant that does great in shade. Can you get this? Okay, from here up, you guys, that is in the last month, all this growth. And I had no idea that this thing was gonna go so crazy, but I am absolutely loving it. And actually right here, I have the same plant. It's Fatsia, it's just variegated. Look at that. And all of this, from this part up, if you can see right here, all these new, you see all these new stems, y'all. These Fatsia have just blown me away. Okay, and then right here is an anise. I think it's A-N-N-I-S-E. And you know about the Florida sunshine anise. That is a chartreuse color plant that goes well in shade. But this is just, I think, the traditional anise. And it blooms pink, and they look like little stars, and it's beautiful. Okay, here's a bloom. Can you see this? Yeah. Okay, so these, now let me tell you about this little spot right here, all right? This is the shadiest spot in my garden. This is really heavy shade. This fence is the north side of our property. So between that and this water oak, these plants right here get some really heavy shade. And so they're really just doing so great. Now these hydrangeas, I don't remember the variety, but these are small growing. These are dwarf hydrangeas. And then this hosta got neglected all through the winter time. It was in a pot on the north side of my house. I never watered it, I never touched it, and it came back out like crazy this spring. And so I put it and that one in the ground right here, and they're just doing fabulous. Now, this is a gold mop cypress, and y'all, I have these in my front garden grouped together around that big boxwood, but look at this. Look at how beautiful this is against the foliage of this shishi camellia. Just beautiful. And then I've got a Tamukiyama Japanese maple, and I've got some autumn fern. And this is a young Tamukiyama, so I think it's really happy though. It's put on a lot of new growth, and I just really love it in this spot right here. Now, moving over to this side, we've got some Acuba Japonica, which is also called gold dust plant. These are placed here back beside my fence. And then we've got some camellias that are pink bloomers, and we've got some caramel Heuchera. And y'all, my favorite part is that, look at the undersides of these leaves. They're pink. I mean, do you get any better than that? And honestly, when I first kind of saw the caramel Heuchera, look at how big this one is. You know what? I didn't really just absolutely fall in love with it because it wasn't, to me, the most beautiful plant. But when I put it on the border of the path next to these green plants, it just really pops, and I love it so much. And that's the interesting thing, is that you might have a plant that you really don't know that you love, but then when you see it planted with things that it complements and that complement it, it just takes on like a whole new life. I had, prior to laying these stones, tried to do kind of a haphazard little gravel patio with some stones. I just really kind of did it hastily, and I didn't do a great job. And so this summer, I really tried to do a better job. First of all, I laid the mesh fabric, and then I laid sand, and I'll post some pictures so that you can see the whole process. But I was really, really pleased with the turnout. And it wasn't the 100-degree heat that I did it, but as you all know, it's worth it when you can see the finished product and you're very pleased. So I really hope that this inspires you to do something in a spot in your yard that may be a difficult spot. And thank you so much for joining me in my shade garden today. Have a good weekend.